Aquarius, welcome to your August 2023 reading here. It's going to be your reading for the last week, so from the 25th until the 31st. Now, that's just the timeline, but however, these readings are timeless, so if you find it at the end of August and you're like, oh, there's only a couple days left or whatever, it can still resonate. Like, you know what I mean? Time is fluid. So let's see what's going on with you, Aquarius. Eight of Cups is your overall energy here. You have the King of Cups in your current energy. All right, your challenge, what's in the way here. You have the Queen of Swords. You have the Four of Cups here in the future position. There's this search of fulfillment here for you for the rest of the week. And we're going to talk about this Four Cups. I feel like this is more so like a heads up and a warning message. Not because it's anything negative, as I pull the Devil card. So funny. But I think it's more so just like something you can easily avoid. You have the Saturn return card. It says age. And you have this new moon eclipse. It says expect powerful change. So definitely get ready for a change. I do feel here with this High Priestess as your advice, and in the position of something that you're unaware of, which is the Hangman, and the Devil card being in the outcome, your particular way of life, the way you view life, actually two cards wanted to come out, so we're going to take that. You have this Fire card, and you also have the Falcon that came out. Pretty intense stuff. Not intense, but like. And then you have the stability, security, and anchor. All right, let's jump into your reading here. This is what I mean by you searching for fulfillment this week, right? Because this is the overall energy here. Now, again, I just put the dates on there just because it gives me in the channel structure, but it doesn't really matter about the dates, right? You know, time is fluid. So if you come across this and it resonates, take the messages that apply to you. The Eight of Cups, though, is this search for deeper meaning and this search for fulfillment that you're after for the. There it goes. Sorry. I'm like trying to, I gotta like fix the focus feature on here. There we go. But it's like, you know, you're looking for that inner sense of fulfillment here. And right now, your temperament at this time is the King of Cups. You're very much so in like this, you're very much so like in this very devoted, very passionate, very loving energy here, Aquarius. And I feel like you're a giver. You give a lot. And the one thing to also keep in mind is like to not, because it's almost like this active sort of search, right? This active energy that you're in. But the one thing that that Spirit is pointing out here and that the Divine is pointing out to me in this reading is like, don't forget like your inner world. Because the Queen of Swords represents the receptive part of the air element, right? Of the articulation, understanding. And the High Priestess is your way through it, and the High Priestess is receptivity, right? And the ability to be able to adapt, especially emotionally, to things, but to also be able to listen, right? And follow the signs from the universe, or maybe your own inner voice, your intuition, because that's where the answers lie. And the biggest illusion with the Eight of Cups is always we think everything is outside of us. Like in the external world, that's where our fulfillment is. That's where the answer is. And sometimes it is. But the Eight of Cups is like it basically shows us like we have to go internally. So, and this is what I mean. It's like this external search for something that's out there that's going to help solve your problems, or that's going to help, you know, you feel satisfied. That's the biggest illusion. And I feel if you keep kind of doing that, you're gonna fall into this Four Cups energy, right? And again, the Devil card here in the outcome. And this isn't a negative read by any means at all, but this is like a heads up and a warning message that the Four of Cups is like when we kind of close ourselves off to being open and receptive to our emotions and what we're feeling. And sometimes we can kind of dwell too much right? Instead of making the most out of the present moment and starting to go within and search inside our inner world of like where it is that we don't feel fulfilled, where it is that we feel almost like a lack of meaning, or we need a sense of direction here. Some of you, it's like you need to get back to your spiritual practices. There is a big change coming in your life here. We are stepping into eclipse season pretty soon. It's not like that soon. And you pulled that new moon eclipse card. But this devil card here and the outcome points to, you know, where we can focus too much on the material stuff, right? But it's interesting as well, the dualistic effect with the devil card is where we also need to have some sort of critical analyzing for our inner world. And instead of kind of going with the flow and thinking everything is meaningless and, you know, just allowing yourself to just feel lost or feel just like, the answer's never going to come to me or whatever. Like the devil card can show us like, how about we start to discipline ourselves for ourselves to make us happy, right? Whether that's like starting some sort of practice or whether that's, it could really be anything. The one example I'm getting in my mind is like, I really like to journal a lot. I like to reflect at the end of the day. Like I have my own meditation that I do. And I don't always like, you know, cross my legs and like close my eyes. I have like different forms of meditation, but the devil card is like your spiritual practice, like sticking to something, right? Because the devil card is really just the archetype of Capricorn. Because at this time, something that you're aware of, the hangman, is like everything that you've once known is now being questioned. And I think this energy has sort of been in your energies, like you sort of already known this, but things are still up in the air that need to be defined again for yourself in regards to defining newer meaning to your life, the things that you really value, and starting to find the deeper meaning for yourself here, one that'll fulfill you. And it could be some of your Saturn return, and this card says age, right? But Saturn return is basically when it's time for us to take responsibility, right? It's like we have to be tenacious, like we have to be practical, we have to stay on top of our tasks, like we got to do the hard things, and we can't avoid it, we can't escape it, right? And so a lot of this is pointing to your stability and your security here with this anchor card. But I think honestly, destruction breeds creation. And you have this fire element, you also have the falcon here, right? This fire card says creation, destruction, beginning, expression, and the falcon is, what does that say? Focus, action, purpose, and aspiration. I'm tripping. So it's like really finding the deep meaning and the passion here, and you got to start to seek in the inner world, you know? Dive into the mysteries, dive into going and looking beyond the veil, seeing through the veil. So let's actually clarify, and let's take a deeper look at this, Aquarius. Let's take a look at this Eight of Cups, because alrighty, here we go. Oh my God. The universe can be quite comical. Especially Mercury in retrograde. Mercury's kind of being a little trickster for everybody. But the Eight of Cups, there's just double clarification. There's this search of meaning and the search of fulfillment that you're on. And that's the overall energy here for you. You have the Five of Wands, King of Cups. You're very actively, like there's a lot of tension with that Five of Wands, frustration possibly. But you can feel the inner tension. You can feel like, okay, like I need to like start to creatively do something or use my energy to use my energy to get things going. Queen of Swords and the Temperance is your challenge. And I think your challenge at this time, honestly, Aquarius, is again, the Temperance deals with faith, renewal, healing, but it also deals with when we're in a stage of formulating new things and we're trying to figure out like the best synergistic way to blend things together for our life that's going to bring harmonious energy and harmony. And I think that's what you're trying to understand. You're trying to understand more about the issues and the problems that you're facing, and that can be emotionally frustrating. The Seven of Wands on the Four of Cups here in the future, you know, it's like you almost like want to give up in a way, right? You're kind of closing off. I really want to say this too, because the Four of Cups with the Seven of Wands we sometimes let our pride get in the way, and we don't want any help, or we don't want to like communicate, or we don't really want to show our weaknesses and our vulnerabilities, and so sometimes we won't do anything because of those things. So I kind of get like this, you sort of going into a state of inaction, but I think you need to stay in the energy of action. It's more like a heads up for you. Two of Swords and the Hangman in the position of something that you're unaware of. It's interesting to me because, like I said, the Hangman is just the archetype of Neptune, and Neptune is the great solvent. Neptune is responsible for when we like the meaning of life, the deeper meaning of life spiritually, and where we kind of tap into a state of wanting to transcend outside of ourselves, to aspire to something greater, to feel something greater, right? And Neptune is a tricky one, especially with the Two of Swords. This has a lot to deal with you having to figure out how to bring things together in the most balanced way for yourself, and trying to find inner peace, or make peace with something. You have the Four Swords here on the High Priestess as your advice here. I think you need to meditate and reflect and contemplate, right? Not just kind of just fall into inaction and just giving up, right? Because it's almost like this search for the answer outside of you, and we do this a lot, right? Like, we think we'll find the answer in a book. We think we'll find the answer in buying this, or going there, or doing this. And it's like we do all these things. And sometimes, and the truth is, and the hardest thing to do is like really got to go within and seek what is it that you're looking for, right? What is it that you're truly searching for? And that takes a lot of contemplation and a lot of meditation, a lot of mindfulness. Ace of Swords and the Devil. You're getting your answer here, and I think whatever the answer that you're getting, it's the clarity that you need that's going to allow you to get what it is that you want and to achieve the things that you want and get started into the process with this Page of Wands. So things are a bit, I would say, you know, I don't want to say frustrating, but it's like, okay, it's like you're being compelled to take action. You're being compelled to do something, right? To figure it out. And then so there's a big, it seems to me like it's a big, redoing. Not even redoing, but deep inner work, which is not what you probably want to hear, right? But that's the truth of this message. You have this survival power, and it says shark. You know, this card has a lot to deal with the fight or flight energies, which is it's right beside the stability and security and the anchor, right? Think about it. She's not anchored. Look at that. She's not grounded. She's out there in the ocean with sharks swimming around her. She's in fight or flight. And so for some of you, it's like, especially Saturn being here, it's like you're having to face your fears, and you're having to really do some inner work so you can, you know, start to root yourself into something that is stable and secure, whether that's something externally, like, you know, where your environment, or with inside yourself. So yeah, I hope that helped. I appreciate you all. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. Some of you watch my channel and you're not subscribed. I think it's like, well, I don't know the exact percentage, but Yeah, so you continuously watch the video, but you're not subscribed. What's going on with that? If you do subscribe, you also got to click the notification button bell. I know it's a couple more things you got to do when you subscribe, but hey, just do it. But if you want to book a personal reading with me, that link is down below in the description. They are on sale, and I think I'll leave them on sale for a little bit longer. So if you want one, be sure to get it. Yeah, but otherwise than that, the link will be down below in the description. Just click that link and it'll take you there, and you can read everything and book a reading. So without further ado, y'all have a great week. Bye, Aquarius.